Blessings, you guys. Your girl coming back in with another one. And y'all gotta excuse me. My voice. I don't know if it's because I was at, work, kids yelling. I don't know what it is. Or I'm still kind of tapering off whatever little nasty little virus them little rugrats gave me. But God woke me up today. So let's get right into this. Let's go. Let's get it. I feel like it's phases where God allowed you to actually really clearly, this kind of looks beautiful. When God let you see clearly in different phases and different times of what you really went through, and especially if you are trying to help others. And like I said, sometimes you have to explain things where people can understand. So I'm going to try to explain this where you can understand, because when I heard it, I had to break it down where I understood it. And now I'm going to explain it to you guys. So this is just me sharing some content that I watched that really broke it down. But I'm going to explain it differently. Okay? So, when you're with the narcissist, we already know it's spiritual warfare, but you're also dealing with, I guess I'm going to say, a person. So you're dealing with two things. And once you are done with the narcissist and you move on, and it could be however long you moved on, but especially over time. And it doesn't matter if you moved on a week or years, they're going to always have someone else, which is, we call the new supply, is the new person. Because they can't survive without someone. People are their food. People are their survival. And I know that doesn't make sense, so I'm going to try my best. They have to do what they do to be able to survive, to be able to get the needs met that they need. Okay? So the reason why some people are called the main supply, and the reason why the narcissist, male or female, are obsessed with you, and they can't let you move on or let you be happy, and they got to keep coming round, like some damn cats, round. They just got to keep coming round. And, or keep talking about you, or, and whatever, while they're even with someone else, okay? What it is that whomever that they were with before, that person knows everything about them, every little dirty secret, everything about them. But everybody's not the same, so maybe that person wasn't as strong. So the narc broke that person down to a shell of nothing, just to a shell of nothing. A lot of people find ways to cope and deal with pain and abuse. So the first person, let's just say the narc turned them into alcoholic, drug addict, whatever. So that person is a shell of nothing. Narc can't get nothing else out of them. They're done. So no matter what the narc tries to do to abuse them, it doesn't faze them anymore. So it's no fun for the narc. Narc likes when you fight back from the abuse. It gives them the energy and the power and the control that they want. But if you're not fighting back from their abuse, it's just like punching a punching bag at the boxing ring. It's just a punching bag, but it's not punching back. So it's not fun. Even though the punching bag can give you strength, but the narc is not getting strength from the punching bag, because the punching bag needs to be punching back. Okay? When the narc gets with the next person, and then the narc get comfortable to let their guard down, to let that next person see the exact same thing that the first person saw, and all the little dirty secrets, because the narc is never expecting anyone to leave. Now the narc don't care if you're a shell of a person and that person leave. They know that they're going to find someone else, and they're going to make that person become the person that they made a shell of, but not abuse them to the point where they are the same. Let me make sure I got that right. They're going to get a stronger person, let's say that. That stronger person to deal with their crap. They'll deal with it, and they'll keep dealing with it because they're trying to figure it out, and time go by. And Narc, like, I like this one because now this one fights back. And so they're getting excitement with doing everything that they did in the first relationship, in the next relationship, but this person is fighting back. But when that person gets fed up and leaves, that becomes the Narc obsession. You guys, I've tried that sneeze too. And that's the one that the Narc never wanted to leave. Because when the Narc gets the next supply, the Narc got to find a way to make sure that this one doesn't get away. But this one is not going to be the same. It's not going to be like the first supply, nor the second supply, because this is a new person that's clueless. So we don't know if this person is weaker or stronger, but they're going to get to their breaking point too. If they're stronger, they're going to get to their breaking point and start noticing things right away, and they can be gone at any time. Or they can be as weak as the first person, and now they're just automatically skipping all that fun part for the Narc and going right into a shell. So that's why the Narc is focused on the one that was the strongest, the one that was the fighter. Now let me break it down this way. That person is like the one that the Narc, let's say the Narc is a bank robber. And the Narc always robbed these banks. Kept robbing all these banks. And always got away with it. Nobody ever got a chance to see the mass robber, bank robber, the mass bank robber. Nobody never, it's all over the news. Nobody can identify this person been getting away with this for years. Nobody knows who's doing this. It's a clean getaway. They're robbing all these jewelry stores. They're robbing all these banks. So one day, let's say you work at one of the jewelry stores or the bank, and the Narc do one little slip where you can recognize and identify. This is the discovery. This is the title. This is the discovery. And you recognize there's something that's similar, something that ring a bell to you, like this is familiar. You might can identify this person. But the Narc gets cocky and, do it again. Probably rob the same store, probably rob the same bank or whatever. And this person noticed something else about them. And let's say that this Narc, because they get cocky and bold, let's say the Narc even shops at these places or bank at these places and decided that they wanted to, scope out the scene, and that's why they chose them to rob. And maybe they got this unique feature or a tattoo or a piece of jewelry or something that one of the tellers noticed. And let's say that teller is you. So you notice something about that Narc that can identify them to the law and identify them to everyone that this is the one that's robbing everybody and robbing the banks and the jewelry stores. That's how it is when you're with a Narc. They know that you can identify them. They know that you know all their dirty secrets, meaning all the places that they robbed, and all the jewelry stores that they robbed, and all the things that they did and how long they did it. They know that you know, because once you notice it that it was them, they noticed that you noticed that it was them. So now they're worried, and now they gotta do something, because you're the only one that can identify who they really are. It's like if you ever saw the movie Unusual Suspects, they are always that unusual suspect. They're the one that you would never suspect, but you figured it out. So now they got to either, destroy you to the point to make people think you not credible with whatever you're bringing to the forefront. They got to destroy your reputation or whatever, or destroy you. They got to do something to get you out of the way, so no one never knows that they are the bank robber. They are the jewelry store robber. Okay? They can't let nobody know that. And somebody knows it, and that's you. And the reason why you are so important, not just because you know everything about them and they fearing that you will be the one to expose who they are, they know that anybody else that they get with, they know that either this person's gonna like rock, but I gotta say this and I gotta go. They either gonna be Bonnie and Clyde with them with this whole thing, or they just gonna join forces with you, not like really with you, but rat them out. So I hope that this makes a little bit more sense. It's just that they hate you the most because you know who they are. They hate you the most because you're the only one that can give them what they need and what they want. They hate you the most because you are no longer there to give them what they want and what they need. And also you hold the biggest secret. You actually got their mask in a bag, and you could unmask them at any point. They are the worst. And if you are with one, may God be with you. And once you start seeing them red flags, I pray that you get out immediately. I pray that you save your own life, because it's just not a relationship. You're literally going to be fighting for your life, fighting for your soul. They have nothing to offer you. They only have whatever it is that they doing to you to destroy your life. So they have nothing to offer you but destruction. That's my video.